YouTube, it's Friday night. We're going to take a look at Litecoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin Cash, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I do have to apologize for being a little upset in last night's program. I probably flew off the handle a little bit, and if I offended anybody, I do apologize. But let's take a look and see how things are going. It looks like Litecoin is number 6. We got a market cap of about 3.606 billion, and we're at 56.84. We are down 0.79%. Let's take a look at that 24-hour chart. Okay, we started out the day at about 57.01. 57.14 I think is going to be your high for today for Litecoin. Your low about 56.02, so just a lot of ping-ponging, a lot of consolidation, guys. Now, I was wrong about Litecoin. I am going to keep Litecoin in the mix. I know I said last night I wasn't going to talk about Litecoin no more, but I've decided I am going to keep it in the fold because I know there's a lot of Litecoin fans out there. I happen to be a Litecoin fan too, and as soon as I can afford to, I am going to get some Litecoin. But right now, it's just kind of a difficult period, to be a fan. It's kind of hard to watch, go from, I mean, if you looked at it in the morning, it probably hadn't changed much in the evening. I mean, it's like I said last night, it's been bouncing between 55 and 56, 57, 58. So that looks like that's the channel you're in right now. We got to try to break somehow that resistance of $58. It looks like $59 is your top resistance. Every time we get close to $59, the price kind of retracts back again. So I think what's going on is you are meeting that resistance at $59. And I think once we break that resistance, once we hit that $60, we got to hit that $60 plateau. Once we do that, I think it's going to start taking off. Then you'll start building that support at 70. Then I think you're going to top out at maybe 90, maybe 100. But once we have a little bull run, once we can get a bull run going again in crypto, and it looks like things are trying to pick up again from this recent sell-off, I think Litecoin's going to be okay. I mean, I think, I do think there's still a lot of good things Litecoin's going to do. We just need to get some more developers with them and, go from there. So, like I said, $100 Litecoin by the end of the year. So let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is number 5. Got a market cap of 4.077 billion. We're at 225.99. Yeah, 99. Or is that an 8? Yeah, that's 889. I'm sorry. And we're down 1.63%. Let's take a look at your 24-hour. This doesn't look straight. There we go. Okay. And your 24-hour chart, you started out the day at about 229.41, so I think that's going to be your high. Retrace to 225 and 228, and then you kind of retrace to 224. So right around in here is going to be your low. Let's see. 221.51 is going to be your low, and your high is going to be about 229.41. So just a lot of ping pong, a lot of back and forth. We're in this 220 range for Bitcoin Cash right now. Between 229 and 230 is your resistance right now. Every time you touch that resistance like Litecoin, you keep getting smacked back down again. But I do believe once you push through 230, it'll be on up to 240, then 250. But the key, guys, is we got to break that resistance of 229, 230. Once we do that, we'll be looking good. I think it will touch 300 again. So let's see how that goes. So let's move on to XRP. And XRP is number 3, of course. We got a market cap of 11.966 billion. We're at 0.277. And if you recall last night, we were down to 0.270, so we've gone back up 0.07 again, I guess you could say. And we're up 1.92%, which is better than being down 1.92%. Let's take a look at that 24-hour chart. And for XRP, we started out the day, let's see, 27.271, retraced to 0.270, then kind of popped back up to about 0.272. And I think your high is going to be right around here, 0.2776. Yeah, in say 269 is going to be your low. So like I said yesterday, guys, not a whole lot going on with XRP right now, but I do believe there's some big things coming down the road. I'm going to continue to say this will be $1 soon. I'm going to continue to say short term 43 to 50 cents once we get a nice little run going. That's the key. Those are the key words. We got to get a run going here to get it back up to that again. We got to have that injection of volume come back into the market. And once that happens, I do believe we're going to get back up to 40 cents. So if I were you, I would start loading up on XRP. If I had the money, I definitely would myself. But right now I've got all my stuff. I'm back to one full Ethereum again. And I don't plan on selling out anything else unless I, need the money. But anyway, XRP, like I said, $40 short term, $1 toward the end of the year. Hell, $5 toward the end of the year if we look really good. So let's move on to Ethereum, the one I'm all in right now. There you go. It's a little bit crooked. Okay. Ethereum's number 2. We got a market cap of 20.025 billion. We're at 185.23, so we're definitely going back up again. We were down to 181 earlier, but we'll get back into that later. We are down 2.60%, so let's take a look at that 24-hour. We started out the day at about 190.40, then we retraced to about 188.45, retraced again to about 187.15, and just pretty much retraced the entire day. 184. And 181.87 is going to be your low. Actually, I think it touched 179. So I want to say let's just say 179 is going to be your low. And your high so far for Ethereum is going to be 190.40. Now, Ethereum analysts are saying that Ethereum could retest 170. I'm not saying that's not a possibility because Saturday's typically, Friday evening into Saturday typically tends to be a sell day. So don't be surprised if you see a $170 Ethereum tomorrow. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, but for obvious reasons. But typically Saturday tends to be a sell-off day, and then you start your recovery, like I said, on Sunday. So I'm thinking you're probably going to see 170 tomorrow, and then you'll retrace back up to 180 range again, because 170 seems to be your low end support. Your high end support, I'd say 180 to 185. Once you break that 189 to 190 barrier, like I've been saying before, once we break that 190, we'll be back to 200 again, guys. So things are looking better. Let's move on to Bitcoin. And then we'll do an overall market cap and call it an evening. Bitcoin is number 1. We got a market cap of 150 trillion. We're at 8,373.67. We're down 1.58%. Let's take a look at that 24-hour chart. And we started out at about 84.70, 93, started retracing here, 83.82. I think around here is going to be your low for today, 83.21. Yeah, 83.21 is going to be your low. Your high is going to be 84.72. So, if I was going to spend about 10 grand on Bitcoin, like if I wanted to buy one full Bitcoin, what I would do is I would wait to see, give it another few days to see what it's going to do. Now, I read somewhere that Bitcoin is almost become, for a long time, Bitcoin has kind of become the gold standard of what the other coins are going to do. Many times, a lot of these altcoins like Ethereum, LITECOIN, XRP will basically mirror what Bitcoin does. Well, I read somewhere on Google that that's actually starting to change. A lot of these coins like Ethereum, LITECOIN, they're starting to kind of take on a personality all their own. So, when Bitcoin starts, and I've noticed this too, when Bitcoin starts tanking, yeah, sometimes, they do kind of drop. But for the most part, I've noticed that there are days when Bitcoin is down $300 or $400. But, Ethereum might be up, or Litecoin might be up. So it does seem to me now that, sometimes the market does follow what Bitcoin does, but it does not seem to be the gold standard anymore. It does not seem to be, the catalyst of, if you will, of what it doesn't determine what the rest of the market does always. So that is something that I thought I would share with you guys because I did find that quite interesting. So, it does look like we have more volume here. So let's take a look at the overall market cap. Like I said, I'm going to still continue to maintain. There are actually people saying Bitcoin could hit $1 million. Now, I hope it's true because in that instance, if it does hit $1 million, I hold one full Ethereum. So Ethereum probably will shoot up. And if Bitcoin's $1 million, I can only imagine what Ethereum's going to do. So anyway, let's take a look at the overall price or the overall market. Let's see, your total market cap is $225 billion. And actually, it looks like volume has slowed down a little bit overall. It's 58 billion. And your Bitcoin dominance is basically the same as yesterday, 66.7%. So this is Friday evening, guys. Crypto Vision signing off. Be careful. Have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.